Very good afternoon, and thanks for clicking on to the Friday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. Hit that like button, share with your friends and family, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. It has been a busy week here at Mark Vogan Weather HQ. I will be away this upcoming weekend, by the way. However, there is some pre-recorded videos now on offer. It's been busy this afternoon. This is my third video in the space of an hour, and I'm feeling a little bit weary, to be quite honest with you. So I'm going to kind of cut this slightly short today, I'm afraid. But there is a tropical outlook has been recorded for tomorrow. That will be released tomorrow afternoon, and then the 97th edition of the Global Weather Report will be released on Sunday afternoon. Obviously, there's no live stream this upcoming weekend, but there will be a live stream back as per usual next Sunday. But I do greatly appreciate everybody's support. The numbers have been terrific, both in views and new subscribers. If you're new to the channel, a very warm welcome to you. Thanks for tuning in. I do strive here on Mark Vogan Weather on YouTube to deliver unbiased, unhyped, accurate weather content. Look at the big picture as well as just the whether it's going to rain or not, whether it's going to be sunny, can you have a barbecue, etc., etc. There's a lot more to it than that. But I'm going to kind of slightly skip through today's video, looking initially at the overview precipitation, cloud and temperature, as well as pressure. And you can see here that we have got a frontal system moving in from the west. It's kind of fragmenting somewhat as it moves eastwards here. And then it's generally higher pressure that's going to be building. I've explained in recent times the realignment of the upper pattern. We've got much more of a zonal jet stream right the way across the northern hemisphere, low pressure to the north of that, higher pressure to the south of that. We're starting to kind of kick into a much more traditional summertime pattern as you would expect to see. And as a result of that, the North Atlantic Oscillation is going from fairly strong negative back at the beginning of June, hence why we've seen the 13th coolest June through the 19th of the month so far. But we're starting to warm things up, and that has been part of the June forecast. If you look back in the June forecast, and even the summer forecast in general, it had a cool first half, warmer second half to the month. Don't expect this to turn around, this cold anomaly that we've got with the warmth that we see in the upcoming 7 days or so. I think it's not going to be a strong enough surge of heat. Could be wrong, but I think we're going to maintain this below average June theme. So the North Atlantic Oscillation is going firmly positive. What does that mean? It means that we've got a negative over the North Atlantic and Greenland here. We've got the region to the south of that here. And when you've got that trough over Greenland digging southwards, that then pumps the high over both North America as well as over Western Europe here. And we are going to see temperatures respond very nicely indeed. Precipitation wise, this is the CFSV2 accumulated precipitation for the upcoming 7 days. Weather across Ireland, Northern Ireland, and the northern UK, drier across central and southern areas. That is quite classic with a positive NAO pattern. Temperature wise, you can see here that we've got warmer than average steam, generally speaking. Notice here the blues elsewhere. Also cooler than average, interesting enough, across Ireland and Northern Ireland. So that is quite interesting. But mainland UK is generally warmer than average. Like I say, I'm kind of rattling through this a little bit quick. This is an interesting tweet here by London Southeast Weather. Daniel says that Mount Sorus, which is the main recording site in Paris, year to date has seen the lowest number of 25 Celsius days or higher since 1991. So there's been the least amount of 25 plus days this year all the way back to 1991, which is quite remarkable actually. And he says that London is lagging also behind. Only one day has gone above 25 Celsius so far. I'll need to investigate this further. So that's quite interesting. You have to go all the way back to 91, the last time Paris has had as few of 25 plus to this year. So always interesting to see. These are the current temperatures, by the way. So we're starting to get there. Upper teens down around 20 Celsius across the north. We're starting to see mid 20s now starting to show up across London, all the way up towards southern Lincolnshire, for example. A little bit fresher across Wales, southwest England, Ireland, Northern Ireland, and a good part of especially the Western Central Belt, Western Highlands, a little bit fresher, and that's because of cloud and showery outbreaks of rain. Finally, GFS overview here. This is as we progress through the course of the weekend here. Not an awful lot to speak about. Kind of general slack westerly flow in an overall high pressure dominated pattern. And then as the trough kind of deepens an area of low pressure to the west northwest of the UK and Ireland, that then allows the heights to rise over the UK and Ireland. Southwesterly winds. We are going to see the temperatures rising quite nicely, I think, as we push, especially into early next week. Then we have a little bit of a change taking place as we move towards the middle portions of the week. We're keeping our eyes on this feature here. Not particularly deep area, low pressure at 10 millibars, but nonetheless, it is going to start to maybe shake things up, and we are going to start to see a change taking place now. What's going to happen is higher pressure is going to start to build to the east and northeast of the UK as we progress towards the middle portions of the week. Now, a lot of activity over Central Europe, thunderstorms, flash flooding potential. We're going to start to see energy running around the base of this newly configured area of high pressure, not so much to the over or southwest of the UK, but generally to the east. The strongest heights are going to actually be repositioning more towards Scandinavia, and what that's going to do is it's going to allow more of a south easterly flow to then kick in. And as we've got energy moving in off the Atlantic, we're going to start to see the development of an area of low pressure. Now, this is a dynamic and quite difficult to pinpoint situation, but it looks as if we could have a thundery situation developing, quite widespread, heavy showers, thunderstorms, even flash flood potential with this as we move towards the middle portions of next week. Because what we're going to start to do is we're going to tap some pretty hot and humid air from the near continent. It's going to get ingested into this developing feature here. And what we could see is some very lively thunderstorms developing, especially across southern areas of the British Isles, western side. And it may be a little bit slower to arrive across the north here. But generally speaking, as the air mass becomes more unstable, we're going to actually start to see warmer air becoming ingested into the pattern, and therefore we need to watch out. So we're going to see a warming trend taking place. I've already said this now that we are seeing the temperatures rising. We're already seeing that happening, and as we look towards the UK specifically, these are the temperatures that we can expect to see in terms of maximum mild nights and fairly warm to very warm days. So as we progress through the course of tomorrow, we are likely to see 20s widely across the board. Take this with a pinch of salt. GFS tends to underplay slightly the maximum temperatures. We're not going to see upper teens. You can add on several degrees to this. Unfortunately, I don't know why it seems to downplay the numbers here, but by the time we reach Monday afternoon, you can see here widespread low knocking the door of mid-20s across northern areas of Scotland here. As you go further south, we're likely to see low to mid 20s and possibly 25, 26 Celsius across parts of the south. Then, as we've continued to pray through, this is a Tuesday. You can still see here slightly cooler air. We've got possible frontal system moving in across the north. Remember that developing area of low pressure, but the cooler across the west, across Ireland, especially with slightly below average temperatures actually, but then across England, especially central and eastern areas, southeastern areas, could see some fairly warm temperatures. Then, as we move towards Tuesday afternoon, we've got a 25 Celsius in Murray, near the Murray coast. We've also got temperatures as high as 25, possibly 26 across parts of the Midlands and south of England here. So we're going to continue to see these temperatures rising as we progress through the course of next week. Would not surprise me if we see the year's first 28 Celsius of the year for the UK. So we'll watch this space as it unfolds. So plenty of content coming up here on the channel. Tropical Outlook tomorrow and the global weather report on Sunday. So I hope you can join in for that, and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Bye for now.